Girl is big in Belize and huge in North Dakota. I'm telling you. She's blowing up in North Dakota. Lucy Lou's half-sister, Tweety.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Danny. Thank you very much. You know, he fly in all the way from Hollywood, California, to be here tonight to open for me. So thank you so much, Danny. I got my Comedy 101 card. They just mailed it to me last night. So I'm going to try my best here to entertain you guys, make you guys laugh, okay? All right. By the way, this is my test. So at the end of the night, you know, I'm going to have to fill out the answer, and then I have to mail my card back. And I can suck, but you guys have to be good. All right, you got that? Okay. Everybody call me Tweety, and the reason is Vietnamese is 6-tonal. So Thuy, 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 Thuy. And a lot of time growing up, I got called Thuy, which means stinky. And my last name is Dong, so it's Stinky Dong. And that just wasn't going to do well, so I had to change it to Tweety. All right? And so I got married, and who knew? Thank you. My husband is Woody. And I told Woody, I said, you know, Vietnamese tradition is that you got to take the wife's last name. So you will be Woody Dong at cox.net. The other day I was in the elevator, I swear to God. Any Vietnamese in the house? There were these 5 Chinese women in the elevator. No Vietnamese. I would offend you guys. You'd be yelling at me. My car would be like flat tire. Anyway, so they were going off in Chinese. And I was like, hey, you're in America now. Speak Spanish. I came to the United States in 1975. I left Vietnam in 75. It's a war-torn country. And I was very glad and blessed and happy to be here in the United States. And I live here in Northern Virginia for over 35 years. I've been here so long, I'm officially now Mexican. So anyway, I was really nervous, and I was supposed to introduce the flamenco dancer, and I couldn't spell flamenco, and I said, forget it. You know, you just go out there and just do it. Anyway, so what's in the name? We got that. Excuse me for a moment. I'm going to go into about my jobs. I have so many jobs, it's unbelievable. I had to fill out some job application, and it asks you your job. I'm an interpreter for the court. I'm also a security officer. I'm a photographer. And I'm now doing comedy. So I'm a stand-up comedian. And there are many, many, many more jobs. So my husband was a bit shocked. He said, don't quit your daytime job, please. So anyway, one of my jobs interpreting, it's really funny because Vietnamese people are great, mind you. But when we do interpreting, it's just very difficult. There's a young man who denies that the baby is his, you know. And so he told the judge, that's not mine. And so the judge said, well, you're going to have to take a DNA test. So the test comes back. And here's the judge opening up the envelope. And he goes, Mr. Nguyen, you are 99.9999999% the father of this child. How do you plead? And he just looked at me, and he said in Vietnamese, and I just look up and I said, but I only did it once. And the judge said, that's all it takes. But I have to tell you, sometimes when it comes out, you don't know what to do. You just stand there and you're just like, say it. But you know, you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe he just said that. You know? And I was like, permission, Your Honor, can I just smack him right now? You know? Can't do that. Anyway, so that's you know, my interpreting job. My security job is fun too. I got a bunch of wonderful folks that I work with, and I enjoy it. They're back there. Yay! I really want to thank all of you guys for coming out today. I really didn't expect a full house tonight. I was really surprised. So thank you. Thank you, all of you, for coming out tonight. So anyway, my building is really secure, so I can't tell you guys because then I'll have to kill you. Anyway, one day I got into the elevator and I'm going up to the floor, and I come out and I'm in my uniform. I got my badge on. I look pretty sharp. Looks really good. And as soon as I come out, this bat came down and just, and they got me on video, no sound of course, doing this. I was like, oh my God, what was that? You know, so I called Fairfax Animal Control. I said, you gotta come out here, there's a bat, you know? And I text my sergeant and he laughed. He said, yeah, right, funny. I'm going, no, seriously, there's a bat in the building. So he comes out, he got the bat, and he looked at me and he goes, well, how the heck did he get all the way up to the 14th floor? And I'm like, he pushed the elevator button? I don't know, who are you asking me for? But let me tell you, I am so freaked out. I'm so scared. But the engineer, he loved that video. He played it over and over. And just like, this is great. You are awesome. Man, we wish there were sound. We wish there were sound. I said, no, you don't want sound. Well, I have to tell you, in my interpreting job, the person that I respect interpreting is the sign language interpreter. I have to tell you, they're amazing. They're amazing. So we're at the courthouse, and the police officer goes first, and he said, the defendant is drunk. So the interpreter goes, right? And he wet himself, and the interpreter go, and I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting there going, I need to do sign language interpreting. This is awesome, you know? I mean, I was like, he wet himself. Okay, I can do that. So you know, unbelievable. It's to me, I learned so much doing that job. It's my favorite. Now, any of you guys here are from Massachusetts? Anybody? Oh, thank you. All right. Well, my in-laws, my husband's family, are up in Massachusetts, and I love going up there and visiting them, and they're wonderful folks. But I'm Vietnamese. English is my second language, and I don't get the accent. So I was in a hospital, and I said, excuse me, could you please tell me where the facility is? The restroom. And she looked at me, and she said, you go down the highway, past the archway. I said, Woody, I need an interpreter. You know, because sometimes the accent and the language, I just don't, you know. I was like, man, this is like you're in a foreign land, you know. Now, has any of you here read the book 50 Shades of Grey? I know you guys read it, but you don't want to admit it. I tell you what, good for you that you finished it, because I couldn't. It is the worst written literature I've ever read. I couldn't believe, I want my money back and I can't get it back. So you know what, I'm going to use it in this comedy. At least, you know, it'll worth something. Anyway, I tried to skip forward to the juicy part, and I still couldn't take it. It was so bad, all right? And now they're talking about, they're going to make a movie out of this, 50 Shades of Grey. You believe this? You believe this? I can see it now, okay? You're in the theater, all right? All the lights are off. Everybody's sitting there, right? It's going to be a fierce electrical storm, all right? And then that's it. The light will come on, and everybody will be drenched in sweat and then ashamed to look at each other. You do not want to go to see this movie with your parents. Do not, okay? It's that bad, all right? I couldn't believe it. So anyway, all right, back to more of my family. You know how every family have one black sheep in the family? I have a herd. They would all want to race each other to get to jail first. You know, it's really hard. So my sister, when she was young, you know, Vietnamese very tradition. You can't have tattoo and stuff in your body. And she went out against my parents' will, and got herself a scorpion right here. Oh yeah. You know, she's small like me, you know, and about my height and my weight. Well, she gained some weight, 200 pounds. That scorpion is now a lobster. Okay? I mean, it's big. Okay? It is so big that I couldn't believe it. I said, what the heck is that? You know? And so, sadly, she's in prison. She lost weight. It's now a wrinkled crayfish. I couldn't believe it. I said, this is what happened when you get tattooed. Don't do it. I see some tattoo right there. You know, I mean, I love that my brother got all the tattoo and everything. That's nice. But I told him, I said, you know, when you get old, all that's going to just start going down this way. And it just doesn't look, you know. And especially if you put like your girlfriend name on it and everything, and then you break up. You know, so his was Heather. And then when they broke up, he changed it to leather. I just like, what are you doing? Now you got to pay more money to fix it? Yeah, it just ain't right. It just ain't right. All right, pardon me for 1 second. I'm done with family. Let's go back to high school. Everybody remember their high school? Did you guys love high school? Mine was terrible. You know, you're from Vietnam. You came in 75. There was not a lot of Vietnamese at the time. So you're maybe the only two in the whole school. And I tried to join track, you know, blend in. I was like, yeah, I'm going to run track in high school, you know. This will be awesome. So, you know, I did pretty well. My freshman year, I made varsity. Yeah, I was like, you know, that big calf, you know, big legs. And the coach came to me one day and said, Tweety, how the heck did you run so fast? How'd you do? I said, are you kidding me? I'm from Vietnam. You hear gunshot, you run. Well, I mean, that's pretty simple, right? What are you talking about? You hear, I'm out of here. You know, and even I finished the finish line, I'm cute, still going. He's like, where's she going? You know, I like jump the fence, I'm out of hurdle. You know, he's like, oh, we should put her in hurdle. She's pretty good, you know. But I have to tell you that I enjoy comedy very much. So I'm going to keep moving for some more stuff. About old age. Last year, I decided to go gray. So if you look in the advertisement, my hair was black and dark and very cute. And then my husband said, that's bait and switch. What are you doing? So I'm now like all gray, right? And it's okay. You know, we're getting old. The hot flashes is here. We're going to have to put up with it, you know? But I tell you what, the achy and everything from the weather, it's like I walked by a $20 bill. I'm so old, I couldn't even bend down and pick it up. That's how bad it was. That's how bad. I passed by money. And Woody was like, I'm getting furloughed 4 days. Why didn't you pick it up? I said, I couldn't. I tell you why I couldn't pick it up. I was in the wrong car. Has that ever happened to any of you guys? Well, let me tell you what happened. The other day, I got out of the 7-Eleven and I got the car key and I tried to get in the car. And then I turned it, it worked. I was halfway there. I was like, well, God dang it, why is it not opening? And I look in later and I found out it wasn't my car. It was somebody else's car. I said, thank God, man, that guy didn't come out and said, man, some crazy woman trying to break into my car, you know? But it happened to me in Massachusetts. Now, in Massachusetts, that's, whoa, you know. I like photography, so I'm in the car, and they would drive me around. I jump out of the car, take a picture, and I hop back in. Well, they moved the car. I didn't know that. It's just two red cars. It looked exactly alike. I opened the door. I jump in. This lady looked at me like, and I just looked at her, and I said, oh, hey, you're not my sister-in-law. And she's like, no. And so, you know, her window was down. So I got out. I apologized. I closed the door, right? I stick my head in and I said, you know, you need to lock the door. Some crazy Asian woman will jump in, start talking to you, you know. Yeah, you need to lock that door. So, and I came back. I came back to the car and I was like, Woody, what the heck? Why did you guys didn't stop me? You should have screamed and say, hey, we're over here. They're like, are you kidding me? We can't pass off that opportunity. You going in there. Oh, my God. He said, you made our year. You don't even have to visit till next year because you know what? We laughing now. We're good. So, but my in-laws are great. I love them very much. But they're moving. They're moving to Florida where all the sinkhole. I said, why you want to do that? So, of course, Woody, you know, he loved his brother very much. He said, that's good, because if they're in Florida, we're moving to Vermont. The further, the better. That's how families are, right? So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. We're moving to Vermont. Next year, he's retiring. We're going. And we're looking at 27 acre up there. I already got the name for the farm. You know what's it going to be called? Tweety. 27 acre and a fool. That's what it's going to be called. Because it's just like, what the heck am I going to do up there? It's cold. I come from Vietnam. It's 100-degree heat. What am I going to do in snow? You know? But don't worry, guys. We're going to have stand-up comedy up there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got 27 acres. You guys each got your own little pool. Well, wait a minute. They got 7 months of snow, right? There's no summer. So it just jumped from spring right to fall. Ooh, that's not going to be good. All right. Anyway, does anybody ever get one of those crazy email lottery in the mail that say you won $1 million? I got one. Oh, yeah. But you know what? I'm going to email him back. That's right. Because I want him to know how I feel. So I told him, how do you sleep at night? And he emailed back and said, naked. Well, let me tell you, all right? Ash Wednesday just passed. 2 weeks ago, right? I was in Falls Church. I swear to God, I saw a drive-through blessing. You know, they got drive-through McDonald's, pick up your fast food. They got drive-through banking. Have you ever seen drive-through blessing? This was amazing. You drive your car up, you roll down the window, you stick your head out, and he put the ashes on your forehead. And you go, next! I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. So I posted on Facebook, and my friend said, oh yeah, that's nothing new. In Florida, they got drive-through funeral. I said, what? Drive-through funeral? What'd you do there? He said, you drive up to the window, you say the name of the deceased, and they pull the guy out and you look at him. He was like, yeah, that looked like Bob. I don't know. He looks like he's angry, you know? But you believe this? They actually have that, a drive-through funeral. Unbelievable. Anyway, well, listen, guys, you know, today is daylight saving time, so technically right now it's like 11 midnight. So I was really been up here for an hour already. So, you know, I don't want to keep you guys all too much. So thank you so much for coming tonight. Hey, guys, and we'll have more of these. Thank you so much. Does anybody have a stamp? I need to mail this. Huh? Postal worker, right? Yeah, thank you for no Saturday delivery. I don't need my bill on Saturday. Thanks, guys. Thank you.